Hello, everyone. I'm Kevin Ryan, and welcome to a new episode of the Tyrant In Training podcast. This is a podcast where a guest can come and rule their own country as a tyrant. Some like to rule with an iron fist, and some rule with a floppy leg. It's their choice. Before we get into this episode, I have some quick admin work to get through. Number one is the podcast has had a bit of a makeover. You'll see that there's a new logo for the podcast, thanks to my friend Nikki Bangan for that. I want to mention that Nikki has a store on Etsy called Little Hype Shop that sells hoodies and tops and headwear and stuff like that, caps and hats. For any filmmakery folk that's listening, it has some stuff there that's really cool for you. Number two for the podcast is you might have spotted it has got a slight name change. So instead of Tyrants, it's now called Tyrant. So there's no S at the end. There's actually no real reason for it except I just think Tyrant in Training sounds better. I may also in the future remove a letter gradually until we reach the Tyra in Training podcast, where guests can come on and talk about what they do if they were actually Tyra Banks. That's a possible road this podcast will go down in the future, but for now, it's still the Tyrant in Training podcast. And yeah, so finally, yeah, you can still listen to this podcast where you usually would find it. So that's Spotify, Apple Podcast, Podcast Addict, and anywhere else you might find Podcast Living. You can also find me on Twitter and Instagram at KevRyanPerson. Please think about liking and subscribing to the podcast because that would make me value myself as a human man. Okay, that's admin updates over. This episode's guest is from Georgia Atlantic comedian Mickey Simon, soon to be known as the tyrannical title of Mistress Mickey. Oh, and by the way, if you are in Atlanta this week, Mickey will be at the Punchline performing on the 27th of February. And yeah, she will also be giving some context to the following out of context quotes.
So the island was growing because there was so much sand inside this unicorn. That is where my subjects know to come to have pleasure forced upon them. He still likes to wear his pantyhose, but it's okay.
So people know. Yeah.
Those pantyhose can get sexy. We have him tied up for good reason, and he I will not hurt any ankles. I promise.
Now, time for the episode. I added some new theme music, by the way. I spent too long searching for new music without any idea of what style would fit this podcast, and I gave up pretty quickly and went for the obvious choice that works with any podcast. So, thank you for listening.
I know what the first question's going to be, so I have a question for you.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So here's my question. We can
Right.
take this two ways. We can either be really funny or we can
Right.
get really sexy with it.
Can we do both? Because
Sure.
I'm really good at being sexy in a funny way or funny in a sexy way, whichever one. I can do both. Yes. And if I say I already like this because not enough guests have come on with the sexy vibes. And I include my fiance who's shown up twice. And okay, this is great. I'm very excited now.
Oh God, no, wait, pressure. Well, no, because I was thinking about your very first question and my answer, and I was like, oh my God, I can so take this down the road. But I didn't hear any of your other questions. So let's see where it takes us.
Okay,
How about that?
I'm glancing at the other questions and I don't know how to sexy them up, but
You don't have to sexy
no,
them up.
that's I'm
I
just
have to
wondering where they
sexy
go.
them up.
Fair enough, yeah, let's go. Yeah, okay, right.
Who is your audience? I guess we should go there first.
I don't know. Usually, when a guest has come on, they might say, for example, oh, sorry, I don't know if there's cursing allowed. And I usually reply with, this is your podcast because you are the ruler of this island. I am, for all intents and purposes, I'm just a voice inside your head asking you questions. You get to decide whatever you want to do. So I have no idea who the audience is. Okay, so the first question is,
let's do it.
You have a new island.
Yay!
We're, just for the record, we are forming a new island. We're not going to take over a part of like Atlanta or, you know what I mean? It's going to be its own
right.
nation. So, I mean, I have the first question here is what's your official title?
So I do believe my first official title will be Mistress Mickey.
Mistress Mickey.
Mistress of all things beautiful.
Oh, I'm going to write these down. Mistress of all things beautiful. I like that. But I mean, do people always have to say Mistress of all things beautiful?
No, they can just refer to me as Mistress.
In that voice?
Oh, yes.
So they have to put on a kind of airy Mistress. And it must
be with the lust in the voice you would expect to receive from your mistress.
So I have to put on the voice of my mistress.
No,
Okay.
you have to have the lust in your voice for the mistress that is the mistress of all things beautiful.
See,
You need to want her.
okay,
See
but
what?
I'm just thinking for people like me who are on the island, who definitely are full of the lust, right? But for someone like me who's always turned down in my younger days and still now often, that's not really an airy, bretty kind of mistress. It's more like mistress because I'm eager. Yeah,
Oh,
is
are
that
you
okay?
one of you're one of if you're one of those,
Oh,
absolutely.
that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you can be a little bit more ready for it.
Um.
Ready for me.
Right. Right. Fair enough. Yeah. Was not ready for this podcast to go this direction though. Mistress of all things beautiful, Mickey. Can people call you Moatby?
Mistress of all things. Yes, I like that.
Moatby. Moatby. Are you sure?
Motby.
Okay.
Although it feels a little bit too close to motherly. Although that's not a.
Oh, I thought it was close. I thought it was close to Moby.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Okay, either one. We will go with. Okay,
Yeah, Motby is good. I like
okay.
it.
So yeah, okay. I'll try and get people to stick to mistress, but if they throw out a Moatby, that's fine.
When they are addressing me directly, just like Her Royal Highness has Her Royal Highness, but
Hmm.
you don't necessarily need to refer to her as that.
Yeah,
I will be referred to as Mistress Mickey when they
Mistress
are
Mickey.
speaking to me directly. But if they're just talking about me, which I hope they will,
Oh
it
yeah.
will be it will be Motby.
I hope at least 70% of their everyday conversation is talking about the ruler of this. Actually, what are we actually going to call this island?
Oh goodness. I
Are
think
you
we do need to give oh hmm.
got something?
It's getting there. It's being sussed out in my brain
Hmm.
right now as we speak. And I believe that it has something to do with sparkles. So perhaps
Okay.
it's Sparklandia?
Sparklandia.
Sparklandia because it's going to be sparkly.
It does give off a bit of a fairy tale vibe, actually, as well, doesn't it?
Ooh, I like mixing
Mm.
the fairy tale with the mistress.
Oh, I mean, yeah, me too. It sounds like a cocktail drink, though. But yeah. Um, so
Sparklandia.
Sparklandia. Yes, perfect. Do we know where Sparklandia is? I mean, we can just form an island anywhere we want in the world. So
Oh, well, then I kind of like it right smack in the middle of the Dead Sea. I hear it's beautiful. Yeah, I've heard that the mud and the Dead Sea is really really healthy for you. So if we're going to put it anywhere, let's put it somewhere that has some kind of skin benefits, like the mud in the Dead Sea.
that's isn't that why people float?
Yes, because it's got such a high saline ratio in it
Right.
that they can't sink. Yes.
And
So it's also very good for anyone who can't swim. So if you can't swim,
yes.
you're allowed in my island. You can
So
still come to my
oh,
island.
I don't know if there's any like rule in any country in the world that doesn't allow people who can't swim.
Well, I mean, I think it's a good selling point for my island.
Yeah.
There are many people out there who don't swim and therefore might not want to come out via boat because people who don't swim don't like the ocean. They don't want to, go on a boat.
I
But on my island, you're safe.
we can put that up
Well,
on the billboards when you arrive. Well,
yeah.
you said well there. Is there an issue?
Well, right until you might be, answering to me, then we'll see what happens.
I'm just gonna leave some silence there after that terrorizing laughter. Okay, so we're plopping that country in the healthy waters right beside the conflicted area known as Israel, and yeah, okay then. I see no issue there. Fair
Oh
enough.
yes. Side note: I'm actually from Israel.
Are you from Israel?
I am.
Are you from like? Because I mean, my geography's so poor. All I know is like there's Tel Aviv, right? Oh, and
That's where
Jerusalem.
I'm from.
Oh,
That's
is
where
it?
I'm from.
Is it a big city? Sorry, I'm just nosy.
Uh, yeah, it's a huge city.
Yeah.
I'm actually from right outside of Tel Aviv, in a suburb outside of Tel Aviv.
Ah.
But I have to tell you, since we're speaking of countries,
Hmm.
Ireland is my nemesis.
Oh,
When we finish this, I'll send you a link to my game show where I had to describe Ireland and I fucked it up royally and I was pissed as all hell because that was the reason I didn't win the big money. But whatever.
oh.
My
How much?
nemesis.
How much did you lose?
Okay, well, technically, I guess then I lost out on $9,000.
Oh, sorry. Will,
Yeah,
will you take a bouncy check?
I think it's okay. I think I'll survive without the money, but it was definitely my
How did you?
my
Sorry, I
nemesis.
should be. How did you fuck up? Are we allowed to curse on this?
Sparklandia, you're allowed to cuss, yes.
Okay, how did you?
It's recommended.
Oh, how did you fuck up my country? What did you?
So I fucked it up because I was on a game show called Password. I don't know if you're old enough to
I
even remember it.
no.
Mm,
Mm.
so Betty White met
Oh,
her husband on there. Oh, you don't know who Betty
oh.
White
No,
is?
I do know who
Oh,
Betty White is.
oh
Jeez, I
God.
cancel this podcast right now if I didn't. Yes.
So Betty White
Yeah.
started on Password back in the 50s, 60s.
Yeah.
Actually met her husband on there, Alan Lund.
Right.
And so in the show, it's two contestants working with two celebrities, and you have a word that you have to make them guess, which is your password, and you
Right.
have to one word clues.
Oh
And at the
yes.
very end, there's the speed round. And in the speed round, you go in alphabetical order. And on I, it landed on Ireland, and my brain went zzz, and I said the word land instead of country, so I didn't get Ireland. And then they gave me a stupid word instead, image, and there was no way I could get Jimmy Fallon to say image.
That is image is such a like generic word. Like what? Yeah. What do you say for image?
Exactly. So I
Picture.
said picture,
Yeah.
right? That's the only word I could think of. And by then I had Tony Hale on, and he was guessing, and I was like looking at him going picture, and he and the host goes, just say any word, and he goes igloo. So if I would have just said the way I wanted to, the plan was to say country,
Country.
and they probably would have said Iceland or Ireland. And if
Yeah.
they hadn't got Ireland, I would have said green. And it was exactly but when you're trying to do it really fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, screw. Stupid Jimmy Fallon ruined it. I blame him more than surely, right?
Well, I mean, honestly, I was looking into his eyes. He is something else. Let me tell you, that
Really?
man is nicer than he even seems on TV. How it's possible, I don't know.
Yeah.
I fell madly in love with him. I've always been a Jimmy Fallon fan,
Yeah.
but after Password, oh my God, huge fan now.
You're just so lovely.
Oh, he's
It's
so
nice.
amazing.
Oh yeah, I never. Yeah.
You'll see. I'll send you the link. He
Do.
gave me hugs that were so hard that my boobs were hurting. I'm like, dude, come on in. Come on in. We're in the middle of COVID. I don't care. Come on in.
So Jimmy Fallon is allowed onto the island. Tony
Oh,
Hale.
Jimmy Fallon's vice president.
Right.
Tony Hale not allowed.
Jimmy
That
Fallon.
man. Ooh, God, I shouldn't say that.
We are.
He was so intimidated by me. It was hysterical. He couldn't look me in the eyes.
We are isolating him in an igloo. And then, okay then.
In an igloo in the middle of the desert, in the middle of the Dead Sea. Yes, he's going to be in an igloo made of salt water.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah. Actually, yeah. We'll put that there. Interesting. Also, just so you know, on your island, we're just going to say 10 million people are going to be living there. Just give you a round number.
Wow,
Is that all right?
that's a big old island. Either that, or we're really on top of each other.
Oh, I mean, you can reduce if you want. I just usually say 10 million just to kind of move past that. But hey, if you want to start culling people, okay. So with Sparklandia, what are we going to say is the origin story of you finding this island or you creating this island? Just to give people a bit of mythology.
So once upon a time, there was a unicorn.
It has to start at once upon a time. Yes.
It
Unicorn.
does. There was a unicorn.
Right.
And it was a very pretty unicorn.
I'll add that in. Pretty unicorn.
It was pink.
It was, yeah.
Had a very fluffy tail. And its horn was able to shoot out from its horn, not the other end.
Right.
The horn was able to shoot out sand.
Oh.
It had nowhere to... Where did you think I was going?
I thought there was going to be something completely fantabulous, and it just went as sand.
Oh, well, it got fantabulous.
Yeah.
After the sand was shooting out of it and had no place to go, so it just kind of was standing there on the Dead Sea, which when he was forming what happened was he was on the Dead Sea. He was floating on the Dead Sea.
Oh, yeah. On its back or on its hooves?
He was on his hooves.
Okay.
It was very strange looking.
Yes.
But as he was spitting the sand,
That
sound like I'm from the South.
Yeah.
Spitting sand out of his unihorn.
Unihorn? Oh, yes.
His unihorn. And as he, okay, like seriously, this was another word in password, and I didn't even realize that.
Which unicorn?
That was one of the words on password. That's so funny.
You didn't say sand, did you?
On my
Okay.
episode, I don't know why this is happening. This isn't
Right.
on purpose.
This podcast is a review of the episode of Password.
Feels like it.
Yeah.
It's like the Cliff's notes of my episode. So the unicorn was spitting out sand, and so it couldn't help it, but there was so much it rose from the depths of the Dead Sea.
What? And you found it then,
and it was just sand. And just like all good Jews, I moved into the desert,
right?
And I fixed it.
So you were there, and you saw this unicorn, sandblasting unicorn.
Well, it just so happens I was on his back.
Oh, what were you doing on his back?
Well, so back in the day, you know how Rapunzel rode around in her horse and she had the hair and it would cover all of her nakedness?
I did. That's Eve, I think you're talking about, no?
There was a Rapunzel, there was an Eve. It was all of them put together. I'm not sure.
How many were in the Garden of Eden? This story's gone completely different. There's Rapunzel and Eve and a unicorn.
The funniest part being that I know nothing about the Bible, so there you go.
That's as much as I know. I thought I knew.
Oh no, you know who it was? It was the chick from the commercial for the chocolate. And she rode around on a horse. What was her name? I know who. I can see her in my head. Right. She's got long brown flowy hair. I swear I'm not gay. She's on a horse on a beautiful steed. Well, in this case, no, she's on the unicorn. Oh, I forgot the question.
Yeah, I was just saying, wait, so
because I'm going in I can see her in my head, and that's all I'm imagining now.
Okay, I'll try and
sorry.
So you and her are on a unicorn that's blasting sand into the Dead Sea.
Yes. And so the island was growing because there was so much sand inside this unicorn.
Yes.
Now the sand was very, very, very sparkly because I sprinkle that shit on everything. Yeah. And it happens. So there was sparkly shit everywhere. And it was so pretty that I was like, okay, I am taking over this land. This is my land now. In that land, I had to make like aqueducts and stuff. So that the water would come in and it would be fresh because we're surrounded by the Dead Sea.
Yeah. I need a bit of drinking water and stuff. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. So I had to go find me some men.
Yes.
To build all this stuff. Because I am not going to get my fingernails messed up.
No, you're too important to be doing that.
I mean, really? Yeah. Back in the day, they wanted me to be part of the Israeli defense, whatever it is, in the army. And I was like, but if I break a nail on a gun while I'm loading it, there's going to be a problem because I'm going to have to file my nail before I shoot the person.
Yeah, that's precious seconds lost.
Exactly. So, more than seconds because it takes a while to make sure these nails look good.
Right. Yes.
So no shovels. I wasn't about to create the fresh drinking water that needed to be there for, all the beautiful flowers that are going to bloom in there. So I had to find me the men.
Yes.
So I was out on a mission. Now, as it turns out, the only place I could find these men that I really needed were that place where all the superheroes live. There's a place. What is that place called? Hold on. It's there. It's in my head. Oh, yeah. Disney Plus.
You went to the Disney Plus headquarters.
I went to the Disney Plus headquarters.
Right.
Where all those Avengers and the Supermans and the Mickey Mouses of the world, all of them live. And
right.
I needed somebody who could do all these things for me. So there was one guy, I believe his name was like Frozen or something, and he was able to take water from somewhere else, freeze it, and bring it into my island so we had fresh drinking water.
Interesting.
Yeah. And so Mr. Freeze, that was his name, Mr. Freeze. It's been so damn long, I forgot. Oh,
that classic superhero.
Yes, Mr. Freeze. So he went and got me water, and then everything just blew up from there because flowers came, and then with all the flowers, then I had what is his name? Dr. Doolittle. He called in all of his buddies to come. Okay, seriously, this was going to be very sexy.
Clearly this is Dr. Doolittle and Mr. Freeze on a hot island with a unicorn. You have to put this behind a paywall.
I don't know how this happened, but Dr. Doolittle was played by what's his face, and he's pretty damn hot. So.
Eddie Murphy. So Eddie Murphy came along, probably completely bemused by why he's been flown out here. Uh,
Yeah, so Eddie's like, yo, what's up? No, I
having
can't
to
do an Eddie Murphy.
build an aqueduct for you.
You
God,
know,
his career has gone
he
downhill.
well, no, he just got a big old award, so he's not doing too shabby.
Actually,
I don't remember what the award was for, but it was like lifetime something award.
aqueduct building.
Aqueduct
Yeah.
building award.
Well done to him. Well done, Eddie. Okay, I just with that. So that is fantastic though. What happened to Unicorn?
Oh, well, the unicorn will forever be my buddy.
Ah,
He
yes.
he does live forever, just like I do.
Right, right.
So we will live happily ever after in our little bitty castle. We don't need much room because
Mm.
he's a little bitty guy.
Oh, how big?
Well, I mean, not okay, not like
Teacup.
no, he's not teacup.
Mm.
Well, actually, no, because he wouldn't be able to spit out that much dirt. So he's just above a teacup, but he's not full size. He's like a pony.
Like a Shetland pony.
Yes.
Yeah, that's very cute.
With the
Yes.
with the really long hair
Mm.
so that I can caress it at night and feel good about it. And he's really cuddly, so we hang out at night. He's my little protector at night.
Is he vicious? Like when you say protector, like or
Well,
does he just throw sand on you?
if somebody comes in
Mm.
and they want to hurt me,
Mm.
he farts sparkles on them.
Oh, now
He
we're getting into the farting. You were avoiding
I
that at the
know.
start, but now, yeah.
I was inviting it, but you can't help it when you're a unicorn and you're farting sparkles. It gets in people's eyes and it totally distracts them and it hurts. It's like worse than mace. So that's why I have him around.
I just want to kind of drill into it a little bit because what I noticed is if I was an intruder, for example, if I was going into this castle and I saw a unicorn, which I presume with a sharp unicorn,
Sharp unicorn.
I'm thinking, okay, that's a deadly weapon. I need to avoid the unicorn. I mean, it throws out enough sand to create an island, so there must be there's a massive amount of power going behind that. But then the unicorn is going to turn around so he can't see the attacker and then fart sparkles instead of just I don't know, charging. It seems a bit.
Okay, first of all, violence is not acceptable.
Oh, okay.
So he can't stab people with his unicorn.
It's more deterrent more than.
It has to be a lovely way of fending them off that isn't going to hurt them long term.
Right. Not physically. Emotionally, they could be completely scared. But
I mean, having sparkles in your eyes, it's a bit distracting. So then they have to go and wash their face off, get it, it's like worse than onions in your eyes.
oh, really?
Yeah. I mean,
Ah.
these sparkles are pretty vicious. They're like shaped like different things and stuff, and a lot of them are stars.
Oh God! And then you're
And
just seeing that, yeah.
yeah, and then it's like those Chinese stars, the Chinese throwing stars, and they're
Oh
going
yeah.
in your eye, and that hurts. It
Oh,
hurts.
Jesus. Oh yeah. I thought they were just like bubbles. You know what I mean? I didn't think.
No.
Oh, sorry. Completely misread.
No.
Yeah. Does the unicorn have a name?
He does.
And that name is.
His name is Julian.
Jules. Julian.
Jules.
Oh yes. Am I spelling it like Jewel Ian?
Oh, you're good. Yes,
Right?
that's exactly.
I just
Yes.
assumed, yeah.
Yes.
Julian.
Jewelian. Jewel Ian.
Jewel Ian. It's
He's
what
a
his name is.
jewel of an Ian.
Right, so okay, he was a guy called Ian who got turned into a unicorn. Fair enough. Yeah, yeah. Is there any famous good looking Ian that we can say? I don't know any famous
There
Ian.
is. No, there are. Hold on. There is an Ian. Who am I thinking of? Ian
McKellen.
Oh, there you go. Let's see. Who
That's
else is an Ian? I know there's other Ians. There's some
Somerhalder? Who's Somerhalder? Ian McShane.
Ian Somerhalder. Shut up. That's who he is, and that's why he's got the beautiful blue eyes.
He was the goon
Julian
in Lost.
Somerhalder.
Right. Jesus Christ, what's going on?
Look at that.
Ian
Together we can make this work. Come on, Julian. Julian Somerhalder.
Getting the sexy level back up there.
Yeah, it is.
Fair enough. By the way, for your country, now that you're, as I said, I'm just saying 10 million people, are we, I don't know what you'd call it, the guards, border guards, or the whatever, security, are they just letting anyone in? As you said, you're letting people in who can't swim. They're highly sought after.
Yes.
Do you have any questions for anyone coming in? Or are you banning anyone from coming in? I presume anyone who's against unicorns are not allowed in.
Well, yes. If you don't like unicorns, you're
Tony
not allowed
Hale
in.
isn't allowed in.
Tony Hale's got a problem. Well, actually, Tony Hale was the only one that figured out unicorn. He did get me
Really?
that point. Yeah.
Oh, poor guy.
I know. Maybe I'll let him in, but his attitude's going to have to change.
Yeah,
Although he was rather intimidated by me, I didn't hate that. No, I do
it's
hate
nice.
that. People should not be intimidated by me.
All
But
right. Yeah.
anyway, back to who's
Mm.
not allowed in. Is that the question?
Yeah. Or is there any
Oh,
questions you want to make sure that if people are coming in to answer to figure out, whether they're shifty or not?
number one,
Mm.
if you were to not like someone, how would you hurt them in response to not liking them? Like, would it be emotional or physical? If you're planning on hurting someone physically, you're not allowed on my island.
You're gonna give these list of questions to your security, is it? Or are you gonna be asking these yourself, or what?
Oh, no, the security
Mm.
detail will know how to figure these people out.
Right.
And if they it sounds so ridiculous. You're not going to make any sense of this.
Oh, don't worry, I don't edit well.
So the first question is, so Oprah Winfrey had something on her list and you didn't like it. So how do you react and rebel against Oprah Winfrey having something on her top 10 favorite list that you don't like? How do you let her know that?
Okay, I tell you what, actually, what we'll do is I'm just going to say that I'm a newcomer to the island. So my name
Okay.
is Derek Fogarty.
Derek Fogarty.
Hi. So now that you're after asking that question, I guess. So, do I get this in a
Hi,
sheet?
Derek.
Hi, hello, mistress. Or
Hi.
hi,
So, Mistress, yes, thank you. Number one,
yeah,
we need to make sure you can pronounce mistress. Let's hear you say it.
mistress.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Now, you will always be addressing mistress by that name unless you're talking about her, in which case you can just call her the Moat Bee.
The moat bee. Yes.
The Moat Bee. Now, first question.
Hmm.
Oprah Winfrey has put something on her top 10 list that you do not agree with. It is a unicorn that farts Chinese stars. Now, you must tell Oprah Winfrey you don't like it, but you have to do it nicely. How would you
Okay.
say it?
I would regret saying this, but I'm not quite sure who Oprah Winfrey is, to be honest. I don't know.
What?
Yeah, I think she has a brand of coffee. I think I've seen that in a shop sometime. But I would tell her. I
Oprah
would.
Winfrey is the most beloved person in America.
Oh, okay. To be honest, I'm not really sure what America is either. I've lived in Limerick all my life, so but yeah, sure. Good for her company. So I would write her an email. I presume I can find an email for her.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it'll say, Dear Oprah.
I'd say, Dear Oprah, I am Derek Fogarty, and I've recently been told you have a top 10 list, and I think you need to readjust your values. I think if you boil things down into top tens, you miss out on so many other things. Because count all the things in the world, and I'd reel off a big list of everything. This might be
Okay.
more than one email, and I'd say, look at all those things. It's way more than 10. So please get your priorities sorted, please. Thank you.
Narrow it down.
Yeah.
Okay. But there was one word you used in there that really offended me, and I think
Oh,
yeah, no, it was at the very beginning, and now I'm not going to remember what it was. But you were kind of speaking down to Oprah. We will have none of that
I'll be honest. I
on
don't know how tall she
Sparklandia.
is. I'm 4'1", so
Oh,
I could very well be looking up to her.
you would definitely be looking up to
Ah, okay, yeah, yeah.
her. On my island, Oprah lives on stilts. She's that tall.
What, they nailed her feet? What do you mean?
Yes, yes,
Oh, Jesus.
yes.
Is she all right?
Well, no, she loves it. It's because she deserves to be up on that pedestal,
So,
and the only way to get on that pedestal is if she's got the 10-foot stilts underneath her to be able to climb up on the pedestal.
so she has stilts on, and then she needs to climb up onto another thing. Jeez, how
Oh,
tall is she going to be?
she's going to be at least 50,000 feet tall. Um, Now,
Okay,
it helps that, on the Dead Sea, you start off on the lowest part of land in the world. I don't know if you're
right.
aware of that.
Yes,
Dead
I
Sea
did
is
not
the
know.
lowest part of the world.
Ah,
So to get up 50,000 feet, she's just breaking the top of our atmosphere. So it's okay. She can
So
breathe up
she
there.
can breathe, but she'd want to kind of not get overconfident about it.
Well, listen, it's Oprah. I get that you don't know who Oprah is, but
Not
she
really.
is everything.
Yeah, she can breathe as much as she wants.
Now, while I'm mistress,
Yeah.
Oprah is one of our demigods.
Oh, okay.
The other one is John Bon Jovi.
Ah, I thought you were going to say Jimmy Fallon, but yes, John Bon. Yes, let's get more in
Oh
here. Yeah,
no, it has to be John Bon Jovi.
John Bon Jovi is another one, but he's not stranded up on a 50,000 foot pedestal.
Well, no, because he might just be between me and my unicorn in my bed.
Oh, right. So you have
You
Ian
know.
Somerhalder and John Bon Jovi in the castle.
I mean, sometimes a mistress has got to do what a mistress has got to do.
That's what it says on the pamphlet. Um, is Derek allowed in after that answer, or
I think Derek is going to have a little bit of a trial period. We're going to
right,
keep a little, those things you wear on your ankles so that we can keep track of you via GPS,
like
know
the
where you are at
prison
all times.
things when you come out of
Yes.
prison? Oh,
Yes.
right. But
And
yeah,
that's going to be everyone that comes onto the island, unless you give me the perfect answer about
mm,
Oprah.
yeah.
But since you didn't give me the perfect answer, you're just going to have that on your ankle for a couple days. Just a
Oh,
couple
only a couple of
days.
days. Oh, okay,
Only
yeah,
a couple days. Listen, I'm easy.
yeah.
And then we'll decide whether or not you fit in.
Right. Derek is also a convicted murderer. But the next question is: Do you?
Oh, as
Yeah,
long
you
as
said.
he did it nicely.
Oh, he did
See,
it with a massive smile on his face.
that's it.
That
Like I said, just no violence. Just
yeah.
no violence.
That bus of tourists never saw a more happy murder. Sorry. Back to the yeah.
Hey, way to go, Derek.
The castle that you're living in. The yeah. My next question was going to be what type of house do you live in? But I mean, it's a castle. Is it in the city or is it out on the desert or then where is it located?
So it's in a suburb.
Oh,
Yes, it's in a suburb in Sparklandia.
hmm,
The suburb is rather quiet, but it's got access to all things cultural. So it's
right.
not too far away from, like city life
Hmm.
because I do like to go into the city, but I prefer not to mix with those people
Yeah, just be
all
a
the
bit away
time.
from the riffraff. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I got my standards.
Mistress has to. Yeah, yeah. Do you plan on? Do you plan on? I suppose going into the office to work in the city, or will you work from home and have do the business deals there or whatever?
Well, you haven't quite asked me what I do, and what I do cannot be done in an office. So, Mistress definitely works at home.
Ah, okay. I'm absolutely certain that's business deals. So,
Mhm.
yes. Speaking of that answer, the one question I ask always, and there's sort of a limit on it, is how basically are you going to have your government set up? So the kind of two choices you have in this scenario is you can either run the country yourself with like a small inner circle of maybe 10 people who will do all the boring everyday stuff, whatever. Or you could allow your people to vote for a senate of like 100 senators. You're still obviously ultimately in charge, but you have 100 senators doing the boring everyday stuff. So really the question is, will you allow people to vote for anything or nothing?
Oh, they can vote all they want, but I make the decision.
Yeah.
And no, there are not 100 other people who can sit there and tell me what they think everybody wants. That does not work. I live in America.
Yes, you
Well,
will.
I lived, well, wait. Currently, I live in America until Sparklandia becomes real.
Well, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So it does not work with 100 people. Too many cooks in the kitchen. I will be the only cook. I'll be the
Mm,
chef.
mm,
Everyone else can be my sous chef.
yeah.
And there's about 10 of them.
Yes.
And they know the wants and needs of everyone in the country.
So we will have that. We will have
So,
Julian is
e-
looking after those few. No voting. Don't worry. All the people in Sparklandia are, they're coming onto the island knowing that's the case, so they're happy with that. They're not complaining.
well, and listen, Julian knows how to read minds. He is,
Oh.
after all, well, he's a unicorn. So
Yeah.
he
That's the
knows what
yeah.
everybody really wants in their heart.
Which is usually sand. Okay.
So he knows. So he's going to report back to me based on the 10 other people that are
Mm.
working underneath him. My sous chefs that he controls,
Yes.
that he listens to,
He,
whose
yeah.
mind he reads.
He wrangles them together to make sure they're doing their stuff. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Perfect.
Because it's like you wrangle a horse. He wrangles people.
People, yeah. Since you said you work from home, do you have a throne room or like what?
A throne room?
Yeah, any sort of fancy seat. I don't know if you've seen the one that I don't know what it's called, like the one that Queen Elizabeth used to sit on. I'm sure Prince King Charles sits on now.
Yeah, whatever
Um,
he is now.
it's not a
How do y'all
comfy
feel
seat.
about that?
I don't really care. I mean,
Okay. Just
yeah,
wondering.
yeah. There's
Um,
no, yeah. I mean, I know people did watch because just out of curiosity, and I suppose it was a big occasion. Like, I mean, speaking from like Ireland, you know what I mean? It was a big
yeah,
thing because we never seen it before. But I turned on
yeah.
the news, and I mean, it was just a load of people stand up going, "The Royal Highness, yay!" And you're like, right then,
I find the whole life fascinating.
just yeah,
Okay, so I have my throne room
mm,
A is completely red.
completely red.
Completely red.
Okay,
Like it's hard to see the furniture in there because everything is the same color, blue red. Not just red, not just orange red, blue red.
what's blue
Now,
red? Is that
blue red is a shade of red. It's the Japanese red. It doesn't have an orange undertone. This is very important. Are
okay?
you looking it up?
I'm looking it up, but I mean, if you just type in blue red, it's just a picture of blue and red.
Blue and red.
It's just like this is useless to me. But it's just red. It is proper red.
It's red.
Like
It's proper red.
okay,
As
okay,
a graphic designer, there's a difference in my eyes between blue red and
yes,
orange red.
okay, okay.
What is wrong with my throat? Sorry, hold on.
If it's sand, I'm gonna collapse.
So everything is red,
Right.
and rather than a throne,
Mm.
it's a very big, luxurious, fluffy as hell bed.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say couch or sofa. Oh, I was gonna say the
I
same
was
thing.
waiting. You looked
Yeah, I
like
was
you
like,
thought you knew what I was going to
yes.
say, and I was like, "Do I say it? Do I say it?" It's a bed.
So it's a giant bed.
It's a giant bed.
Okay.
This
Was
is
there?
this
Is
is
there?
this is where life gets a little bit sexy.
Okay. Oh,
I
that's
don't
true.
I,
Yeah.
I don't need a chair. I need a bed.
Do you have a bedroom, by the way? Is this
Do
your
I
bedroom?
have a bedroom?
Yeah. I,
Oh,
I don't mean
yeah.
in real life. I mean,
Yes.
in the is your throne room your bedroom?
My throne room is my bedroom.
Ah, okay. Yeah. You don't
Ha-
put that on
ha-
a sign outside a plaque.
no need. Everybody will know. It's no secret.
Mm.
We can't keep secrets in
Yes.
Sparklandia.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
It's not necessary. We can all be open and let everybody know exactly who we are. There's no shame in it.
Right. Yes. Yes. The no, inhibitions aren't a thing.
Ah.
Yeah. Yeah. Radio. Red room.
Now,
Just
do
nonsense.
we all remember? Well, maybe you don't.
Right.
50 Shades of Grey.
I remember it well.
Okay. So he had Red Room of Pain, right? Red Room.
He
I
did.
think that's what he called it.
I thought that was his,
Maybe he just called it his Red Room.
I think that was his album. But yeah. Okay.
Mine is the Red Room of Pleasure. And like I said, it's all red. Big old red fluffy fluffy bed.
Right.
And that's where I rule from.
Yes.
It is also where my constituents, my that's not the word I'm looking for. What do you call people who are in your land? Your
Citizens.
no, my
Peasants.
I don't want to be that
No.
mean. No. That's where
Subjects.
that's the word I'm looking for. Thank you.
Yes.
That is where my subjects know to come to have pleasure forced upon them. Because in Sparklandia, we want lots of pleasure.
Yeah, but when you say it's forced upon them, is this like a punishment? Like, do they go there as in?
No, they just don't know what to expect. So when they come in there, they come out going, well, damn, that's not what
Oh,
I was expecting.
so there is secret. There's that one secret. Like
Oh,
they
I guess
know.
there is.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's yeah part of the joy of it.
I'm the only one allowed to have secrets.
Yeah, fair enough. I did notice that I'm after writing down red room, bedroom, throne room, and then I know later I have no idea what that means. um, right. know. So I mean, you have 10 million people. If they're all running into the throne room, it's a busy
Red
day.
Room. It,
Red
it,
room, red room.
well, no, listen, they are not. I can't have an audience with every subject every day. I would be worn out.
Yes, yes, yeah.
But as their mistress,
Mm.
I do want to make sure that each one of them. So it's 10,000. How many people? 10 million.
10 million. Yeah.
Oh, in a 365-day year. I mean, I am pretty good.
You're talking about 10,000.
So they all have their turn
You have
based.
4 seconds.
No, but they all have their turn
Right.
starting with the oldest so that he doesn't miss out, because if he has to wait too long,
How
then
old is he?
the oldest is 45.
Okay. Okay.
Who's
What age is
after
Jimmy
that?
Fallon? Jimmy Fallon's older than 45.
He's 50. Oh.
Oh no.
Oh
We're gonna have to kick
wait.
out Jimmy. Jimmy's
No.
outside the room. He's not allowed in.
No. Jimmy can be the first one in the room so he doesn't miss out.
Okay, so Jimmy's the oldest. Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
so Jimmy, okay, so 50. 50.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
I think men can still work at 50. I think so.
This
I know.
podcast has gone completely different than what I thought.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay, so that was your
You
throne.
want to stop? You might want to stop me.
Oh yeah. um, I'm actually more worried about the next question than that one.
Uh-oh.
So I thought that was a pretty easy, like, oh, I just have like a big red chair. The next question was, what unusual list is your country top of? And what I mean unusual is something, yeah, that's it's not like best healthcare or best education. They're
No.
no,
No. We don't have any of that.
no
We don't.
education or healthcare in this country. We don't need
No.
it.
Well,
Yeah.
we don't need the education because
Mm,
everyone's born smart. So
right.
like
Yes.
they're born with the Akashic record already in them, and they have tapped into it and know it
Right. Yeah.
frontwards and backwards. You know what the Akashic record is?
I have absolutely no idea.
Good. Okay.
And I'm just pretending. Yeah, I can edit that out though, and I can say yes.
You know what the Akashic record is?
Yeah.
So yeah, so they're all born with knowledge and being able to tap right into the Akashic record. No need for education. Healthcare, not necessary, because when you're really, really smart, you can fix your own boo-boos.
Oh, that
And
is
so
true.
yeah, so
Yeah.
we don't need healthcare because they all already know how to fix themselves.
Yeah, they're practically doctors and surgeons and everything else.
I mean, right?
Yes.
I know I am.
Yeah.
Every time my dad asks me a question, I've got a good answer because I'm smart.
And you're also immortal.
Well,
So, but
that
yeah.
that we're all immortal on. Well, then it doesn't. There is no age limit because everybody's immortal.
Oh, they're
Because,
all immortal.
well, we are. Let me tell you why. If
Oh.
we can fix ourselves, no one will ever really die, because you can continually fix the cells in your body that are dying away.
Oh,
On this.
this is yeah. You better have an end point here.
Okay, fast forward. So I believe Sweden currently has the happiest citizens.
It's somewhere in Scandinavia because they're all
Yeah, it's
top of the yeah.
Norway or Sweden or somebody. We just topped that list.
Oh, exit Finland. You've beaten Finland.
I beat
Mm,
Finland.
yeah.
Finland seems really cool. They got some good stuff going on.
Yeah.
But we have the Dead Sea mud, and that tops all of whatever resources they've got over in Finland.
But sure, all your people are doing are like laying out in the water and fixing their own broken legs and then going into the red room all day. No wonder why they're delighted.
Exactly.
Great
I mean,
time.
this is a happy little
Hmm.
island. I mean, we are happy people.
Gonna put this down. Happiest nation on earth. Screw you, Finland.
Poor Finland.
Do you get along with Finland?
We do. We do. We feel bad for them.
Oh.
We have a limit though. We can only accept one of their citizens once a year. So I know that they're trying to immigrate
The
from
country.
there to
Yes.
our country, but only one a year.
Only one a year.
And we won't take anyone from any other country because everybody else is just unhappy, and we can't have that here.
What about Ireland?
Okay, well, y'all have a lot of gray and stuff. Your weather's not very pretty.
No, it's dark out. Yeah.
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 And then there's a lot of potatoes and more. I hear that. Okay, I've never been to Ireland. I
Yeah,
just know that I couldn't freaking give it an answer, give a good clue for it on
yeah. You just said
password.
land. You just said the second half of its name when
See,
you were
that was my clue. It was a great clue.
the
It's a
the
land.
the answer is Israel. Rail. What the hell is that?
Israel.
um. So wait, I mean, an Irish person isn't bringing the weather or a potato with him or whatever.
Well, if they promise not to bring it, then maybe I'll let them in. They'll have to pass the test, though. How do you tell Oprah that her top 10 list does not work for you?
Oh, and you'd have to be nice about it as well, wouldn't you?
You have to be nice.
Ah, right.
I know.
Uh,
My dad calls me the other day and he says to me, I just saw a show about how things went down in the 6 Day War. I'm like, oh, no, the Yom Kippur War. I said,
yes.
Dad, you were in the Yom Kippur War. He
Oh,
goes, yeah, but this was about how it was. You really need to know. I said, I don't want to know. He's like, why not? I said, because war doesn't end for anyone well. There are Sting says there's no such thing as a winnable war. And
yes.
it's true. No one ever wins.
Right.
And the ones who write the history are the ones who did win, sort
Hmm.
of, and in air quotes, big air quotes, win. And so we don't really know exactly what happened in any war. So my dad's like, but it's very important that you know this stuff. And I'm like, there will be no wars in my world
And yes.
ever.
No,
Ever.
no confrontation or anything like that. No fisticuffs out in the street.
Exactly. Do you know
Yes.
fisticuffs is not in the freaking dictionary?
Neither is Wenley law.
Who?
A Wenley law.
Wait, I don't know that word.
I just made it up. I have another question though. Do you want that word? Do you want to use that in anything? Is there anyone? Can't even remember what it was.
In Lila, that's our country's our song.
Your national
Our
anthem.
Win Lila, yeah. Because there's a win and there's Lila and there's Lee and La. It's happy.
I do not know how to spell this even, and I'm just going.
Win W
Oh yeah.
Y N
Oh, why?
L
Yeah.
Y N L I Win Lee La L-A.
Oh,
So
lovely.
it's like
Yeah.
Win
LAW or just?
Lila. Do not get me singing.
Yeah,
I
no.
don't want to hear it.
It's just I'm just like, and now I have to ask because
But it is my national anthem, yeah.
so when someone hears it, it's just Winley Law. I mean, you can sing better now, but like, it's just that said over and over again.
Yes, with a very fun tune. Let's see. We la la. Okay, I was trying to do Bon Jovi too.
No, we can get him to do it. Don't worry, he'll put.
Willie, la 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 la.
Yeah, and he's not. He's hardly going to sue it, and so he's
Oh
on the
my
out.
god! If he wants to come sue me, he can come sue me anytime he wants.
He'll be in that throne room negotiating. I do have a very serious question to ask.
Ooh.
This is the real business side or the ruling side of things. Unfortunately, a scandal is about to break out involving you.
Fun.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, no, it is fun. The good news
Everything's
is,
fun, even if you think it's not fun, it is fun.
oh, well, we'll see because Julian has let you know that there's a scandal about to break out. The people are going to find out now. I do have to say, obviously, your approval ratings are 100%, but this scandal is so bad, the ratings went down to 91%. And it's not like they want to like get rid of you or anything, but they're just a bit like, can't believe she did that, you know? Thought the moat beat was great. That's what they're saying inside in the, I don't know, pubs or whatever you have. So yeah, they're like, can't believe she did it, you know? Who knew? So the good thing is you get to decide what the scandal is. So yeah, what scandal involves Mistress of all things beautiful?
Well, as it turns out, Mistress of all things beautiful, who swore that everybody would be taken care of, forgot to take care of
Tony.
Superman.
Oh, but
Superman came on the island, and she had invited him back into her throne room. and Superman didn't quite make the cut, but nobody knows that. But in her eyes, Superman wasn't quite as super of a man as she thought, as I thought.
So what did you do to him? Because nobody's seen him since, is it?
Well, that's the problem. He's still in the throne room, um, working on becoming the Superman that he needs to be in order for me to release him into the wilds of Sparklandia.
I tell you what, sorry, I just got word from Julian. You see, Superman Gate is really rocking Sparklandia. So we figure we might put you onto Anderson, who is our top political reporter, for an interview to explain Superman Gate. Is that all right with you? Or
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's do
perfect?
it.
Yeah. So I really should have in like a little newsy team here. You know. Yeah. So Mistress, or whatever way you want me to say it. Mistress. Thank you for joining. And taking
Thank
time
you for
out.
having me. I really appreciate it. This is, I know, very important, and everyone in Sparklandia wants to know, and I'm here to answer any questions you might have.
Thank you so much. We do have to talk about Superman Gate.
I can't answer, but
Oh, all
I'm
right. Well,
sorry. No answer. No
right. That's
questions.
the end of
No.
the show.
Sorry.
Thanks very much.
Okay.
But we just wanted to ask why. That's all.
Why?
Why?
Well, behind closed doors, it turns out Superman wasn't so super. I have now kept him in my room, my throne room, my bedroom
Yes.
for a few days. It's only been a few days. Everyone can relax. I'm not going to hurt him. There is a law here, no hurting. I'm simply trying to give him enough pleasure so that when he goes out into the wild, whatever woman he comes to next will be able to experience all of his superness.
So you're saying you're going to release him into the wild, like into the forest? Like he wants to go home to Metropolis. He's a son, I believe.
No, no. Metropolis, no, that's not real. What are you
Oh,
crazy?
all right. Yeah. That's sorry.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Fiction.
you're making things up.
Yeah.
We can't go like that. We can't go there. No, he's going to go back into the wild. See, the problem is that there are a lot more men than there. Not a problem. I'm sorry. There are a lot of men in Sparklandia
Yes.
and less women,
Yes.
unlike every other place on this thing that's called Earth. Okay.
Never heard of it, but yes.
Yes.
Hmm.
So when a new man comes to Sparklandia, he has to be taught how to be a super man. And it is my job as the queen, the mistress of all things, to teach him how to be a better man before he gets let out into the wild.
So you've
This just
changed.
became so freaking sexist.
We have noticed that a lot of the women in Sparklandia are absolutely fucking delighted in their everyday lives.
I'm telling you, I want to make sure everybody enjoys life.
So
I work
Superman
very hard at it.
Superman has been there for 6 days now. How long are you planning on keeping him there chained in your throne room?
Well, I would like to say that it's only a couple more days, but quite honestly, it just depends on him or, oh, wait, maybe it depends on me and how much more I want to enjoy him before I let him out.
Right, and you are still seeing other new men to the island
Oh,
while he's
other
there.
newbies. Well, they've been put on hold because Superman really needed some serious attention.
As I said,
Um,
it's been 6 days, so I mean you have a backlog here of 60,000 confused men who
uh,
who are being
backlog of men who are backed up.
yes.
Yes. Well, it happens, and I think men should be able to just deal with it.
I mean they
Um,
don't know how. Oh wait a
they
minute.
don't know how.
Yeah,
They don't. It's so true.
yeah,
Um, maybe I need to go ahead and start like a PSA on our TV station that shows them how they need to take care of themselves for a little while until Mistress can get to them and teach them how to be the supermen that they need to be.
Is Anderson going to be fronting that as the, the most popular news figure, or Jimmy Fallon, or who else are you putting up there?
I I wouldn't mind seeing Jimmy Fallon explaining it. It would be okay with me. Although Anderson is probably more, knowledgeable and has that news teaching aura about him.
He's a face you can trust.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah, no, I mean, I will
Have
say,
I answered all your questions?
I think that was the only one, and I'm completely baffled by that answer. So I'm just going to assume that was answered. I think it did go very well though, because at least you fronted it and said this is why I had to do it.
I mean, there is a reason for the madness, but it's yeah, I can't go into full details.
Security reason.
Um, security reasons and ratings reasons. Yes.
Ratings. What about
Well,
news?
I'm sorry. Again, yeah. We have rated GPGRX for our movies and stuff.
Right.
I don't know if you guys have that in
Yeah, yeah,
Ireland.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
We
like
have
we're
we have
not,
movies, yes.
okay. Well, I don't know if you guys have ratings like we do. So I
Okay.
can't really go into great detail about what I'm teaching Superman, but he will be a very Superman when I am done with him.
Can you
As
guarantee that?
oh, I can guarantee it.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay. That's
100%.
that's people are expecting.
It's 100% guarantee, and should it not work, you're always welcome to come back for more teaching.
You're saying to Superman, right? Because there's a lot of, I will say, feral women at this point waiting for Superman to come out. They are so excited.
They
Um,
are very ready, and I want to make sure that Superman delivers.
and I will point out as well, actually, there, when I say women, I also mean men,
Oh, there
right?
might be men. Yeah,
Yeah.
might be men that want Superman. I don't know if
Um,
Superman wants them.
oh, but I mean, they want to ask the question.
Oh, yes, 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 yes.
So I was going to say, would you like a nicer question? Because usually, scandal indicates a negative sort of connotation to it, but this is a sexy podcast, so everything is nice. What fantastical fact do you want your news station to repeat about you to your citizens? We can make this up, like we can just whatever we tell your citizens is true.
Oh.
Mm.
I think the citizens of of Sparklandia definitely need to know about me that I am okay. They need to know that I'm skinnier than I look,
Okay, we can put that on.
and
Yeah,
that I am I'm nicer than I seem.
but they love
Um
you. They think you're lovely.
they do love me, but they don't know that I'm even lovelier than they think I
Right. They might even
am.
make it to the throne room.
Like they have no clue
Yeah.
how great it is deep inside the castle
Right. Okay.
and in the throne room. Um, but if they have, okay, all women should know if you have a man in your life that
Mm.
isn't doing it correctly, meaning being in your life correctly,
Yes.
and giving you everything you need,
Mm.
send him to me. I will make sure to give him back to you, just like I'll give Superman back. A
Oh, yes.
Superman.
So when Superman comes out, there everyone's going to see that's what she can do to
This is the product that
everyone.
I can this is the end
Right.
result, the end product that I can give all women of Sparklandia.
So that documentary, that that 12-part documentary is mostly just going to be Anderson going, "No, seriously, guys, you have no idea."
And he can't tell exactly what
Oh,
it
I
is. He
can't.
can't tell
Yeah,
the details.
yeah,
But he can definitely let people know. Anderson needs to let people know
yeah. That
there is
interview was
it's
7 minutes, and wow, I cannot even. Yeah, yeah,
like you won't believe it.
yeah.
Like you can't.
So the fantastical fact is just holy hell,
Holy hell. Holy
holy
Batman.
holy Batman. We're getting him. Has he? Has he
Holy
shown up?
Batman, Superman.
Has he shown up? Do you scream that at him inside in the throne room every now and again
Well,
just to get him?
Batman hasn't come in yet, but Robin did.
Oh, how was he? Is he?
Um, yeah, it turns out that Batman and Robin had a thing going.
Something.
I don't know if you heard the rumors.
I mean, yeah, I think everyone. has an idea.
Eh,
Yeah.
yeah. We all heard about it.
Mm.
So I had to do a little bit of deprogramming on Robin
Oh, and go. Oh, yeah, yeah.
and let him know exactly. I mean, it's okay. Batman and Robin are allowed to do this
Mm.
all day long.
Yeah.
No, on Sparklandia, I prefer to make sure that the women get the
At least.
better end of the stick.
Right, right. Yeah, 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 yeah. Great
so it
wordplay.
so word what some I heard someone say wordplay is foreplay. Yeah, baby. Um so I had to make sure that Robin learned a little bit. He still likes to wear his pantyhose, but it's okay.
So people know.
Um
Yeah,
those pantyhose can get sexy.
sure can. Actually, by the way, speaking because we keep mentioning like different celebrities and characters and stuff. What is your favorite like movie franchise?
It's a does it need to be a franchise or do you want my favorite movie for reals?
What's your favorite movie for reals?
For reals, my favorite movie is Somewhere in Time. It's from 1980. It stars Christopher Reeve and Jane Seymour.
Right.
He goes back in time to meet her, and the movie starts out with her as an old woman giving him, as a young man, a pocket watch. And we don't know why, we don't know
Yeah.
how, but then he goes and he sees her picture years after she's died and is like, why? What? Who is this? I need to know. And then it turns out it was the woman that gave him the pocket watch, and he ends up going back in time to find her.
Oh, so is it like a romance movie or?
Of course.
Ah,
Are you not getting a theme here?
I did. I did.
Sparklandia.
I never heard of it. Yeah. No.
Oh yeah, no. This was kind of an underground hit, um,
1980. Yeah. Oh,
and it is the most well written movie I have ever seen. Just there's just no. It's just well written. Since then, there have been several movies that have kind of tried to um, capture the same
is
feel. There was The Time Traveler's Wife, which was
Lake House or something? The one with Keanu Reeves? Is
The
that?
Lake House with Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock. Very good. And people often refer to The Time Traveler's Wife, and I think it had something to do with the writer or something. I don't know. There's some kind of tie-in with it.
I was just
It's
curious about what the favorite movie was. Ah, fair enough. For Mistress on Sparklandia, when it's your birthday, and I know you're immortal, so kind of, but what celebrations do you want your citizens to throw for you?
oh, just because I'm forever, it doesn't. I mean, I still deserve a birthday.
Yeah.
Birthdays are extremely important. As a matter of fact, my
Yes.
birthday is a month long.
Oh yeah.
It is a
What
month.
month are you picking? I mean
June, the
June.
best month.
Yes. Yes.
So it happens to be my birthday.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't in June, then I wouldn't be a Gemini. And damn it, if I'm not a Gemini, then I'm nothing. Because on Sparklandia, Geminis are actually normal people.
So for June, the Gemini holiday, for your birthday month, what are we going to do then? Are you working?
Oh, no, no, no.
Yeah.
For the whole month, I'm off. No,
Throne room is
absolutely
closed.
not.
Superman,
Yeah.
sorry, you're gonna have to wait.
I mean, well, so the throne room is open, but only for the ones that have graduated, like Jimmy Fallon, Bon
Mm.
Jovi, who already have all their talents in place. They are allowed to come in and please, mistress, as they like, or as she
As
likes,
you, I met,
as
yeah,
I
yeah,
like.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
My
Please,
God.
just like please you as they like is like they come in and then they show you a game of like the World Series or something, and then
Well,
they're
no, the
like it's
pleasing
yeah.
is they come in and present me with the best puzzle I've never seen before. Then they make me breakfast in bed that includes bacon.
Mm,
It must include bacon.
yes,
With it has absolutely no no, it's got fat in it, but it doesn't make you fat. It doesn't
right,
there's
right.
no weight gain issues with the bacon.
When you have
Huh?
bacon, do you also have like sausages and like pudding?
No, just bacon. No,
Just bacon.
just bacon and eggs.
Ah, okay.
Maybe a biscuit. Not not like a British biscuit, like the biscuits we have here in the South. Well,
Mm,
over there in the South,
yeah.
Georgia, in America.
Right.
in America,
America. Yeah.
America,
I nailed that
they
accent. Yeah.
have biscuits. They are these big fluffy things that, damn it, if you mix them with water, they're like glue.
Are they like scones?
No, they're super fluffy. They're like this
Right.
thick, and they're no, scones are too hard. They're
Oh, okay.
like white bread, but with, God, it's wow. I don't even know how to describe a biscuit. Isn't that funny?
God, if only you got biscuit on password. That would have been.
Would have never been able to describe it. So biscuit and bacon and eggs for breakfast. There will be a puzzle sometime during the day. Every day we build a puzzle,
Like a board game
a
puzzle,
jigsaw puzzle,
jigsaw puzzle.
jigsaw puzzle.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
Um, that's purely for my satisfaction.
Mm,
While I'm building the jigsaw puzzle, though, whoever I have selected that day to have the pleasure of hanging out with me on my birthday
yes.
that day of the month, because every day is going to be a different person.
Yeah. Yeah.
They do have to a month in advance. They have to send in their proposals on how they're going to make my day happy. And
God,
if I,
that's competitive. Yeah.
yeah, no, total
Yeah.
competition,
Oh
total.
yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah. And they have to come up with the right things, and a puzzle's definitely top of the list right there. Oh, and the food would always include every single day an avocado and a mango.
Oh, I wouldn't eat any of them, but I'm sure they're lovely.
Oh, oh.
No. No. Popcorn.
I was
I could
uh,
bring popcorn. I'll do that.
popcorn.
Yeah.
Mm,
No,
Can
no.
you put something on it?
I can.
Can you like sprinkle like garlic stuff on it?
Julian, help
Or
me out here. Put some sand and sand and sparkles on it.
the sparkles would work.
Yeah.
Julian would he would have something to put on there for you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fine. I can
It's
sort.
okay.
Yeah.
Lots of butter, lots of salt, not lots of salt, but lots of butter.
Oh, that's all. I wouldn't be fan of the butter now. But fair enough. Yeah.
You
Um.
don't like butter?
Not on popcorn
Don't ever move to the United States.
or spark. Just with Sparklandia, Mistress, I have a great email coming in.
Ooh.
God, what's the name of it? Yeah. So it turns out whoever made Somewhere in Time are doing a sequel, and they asked would you do a cameo in it.
In a heartbeat.
Yeah, is that all right? Yeah. I have
Absolutely.
absolutely no idea what this movie's about.
Okay.
But would you
It's
act as
just
yourself or a character in it?
it's a good question.
As I said, it's going to be a cameo, so whatever way.
Oh, well, I guess if it's a cameo, then I am being myself.
Oh well, I mean,
Um,
I guess a small
oh my
part,
God.
whatever you want.
Do you realize the connection? I just realized.
Somewhere in
Because
time.
Superman is locked up in my bedroom, and
Oh, that's
Christopher
why they
Reeve
got
is
you.
in the
Yeah,
movie.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, that's part of the plot, I think. The main character is locked up in someone's house.
Which, and all I'm doing is I'm trying to make him into a Superman so that
Mm.
when he goes back in time to meet Elise, then he's that spectacular man for Elise. So
Oh,
I'm actually doing her a great favor.
so wait, I don't know how it happened in the original, but are you kind of explaining? Look, this is how time travel is going to work, and you need to be ready for it, and you need to do this. Like you're the sort of the wise guide
Uh,
in this scenario.
yeah. So I am the wise guide in all scenarios.
Yes.
But but in this scenario, all I have to do is teach him how to, once he's there, stay there, because I don't want, spoiler alert, but at the end of the movie he has to go back, and it's not a good thing.
How does he go time travel? Does he have something on him, or does he have to do something, or
So it's hypnosis, basically. He has to convince his mind that he is back in time. It's
okay,
March 23rd, 1912, or I can't remember the date, but it was 1912. And he repeats it over and over and over again until his mind, he learned it from his professor that he went in college.
right?
And his college, he wrote that professor wrote a book about time travel, and it's all about making your mind believe you are where you say you are, which quite honestly makes sense.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's so baffling in
time
my
lives
work.
well, time lives in our head anyway. All of life lives in our head. We don't there is no reality. Reality is only how we perceive it, what we perceive. There's a lot really, really bad things going on in the world right now, but I'm a very happy camper because in my reality, nothing bad's
Yes,
happening.
yes. Like it's in that tying into the I think therefore I am
Yes,
right.
it does.
Wait. You
You
said are
were
you
so right when you said this shit goes into weird ass
just
places
weird?
that
And honestly, this won't come up like this again in any other episode. It's just weird.
I'm not sure it's going to come up in this episode when you try to go ahead and edit it and it's going to be like this doesn't make any sense and it
No,
doesn't even flow and it's weird.
I usually give up and just cut out all the points I say. Ah. Yeah. Did you say you're playing yourself or are you another character?
I think I'm going to have to play myself as the
Okay.
mistress for
Okay.
sure.
I'm gonna say action. I am. What's the main character's name? Same person or?
Richard.
Oh, uh,
His name
it's
is Richard.
damn it. I mean, all I can think about is myself as Richard. My name is Richard, and I keep saying 1912, 1912, 1912. It's not working, Mistress Mickey. I don't know what's happening.
Oh, Richard. It's okay. I tell you what. Stay with me. Forget Elise. Don't go back in time to see her. Just stay with me and let's live our lives here
Okay,
on
except
Sparklandia.
on Sparklandia, yes, but I'll do that. But can I at least go back in time to 2 weeks ago when I wasn't chained up here to the wall? Last week, last week, last week, last week, last week. Is that possible?
If you must,
Okay.
you're not chained up to the wall, you're chained up to the bed. So let's get that straight.
Okay, can I at least be chained face up?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I want
Yeah.
to see your face.
Currently, I'm face down.
Oh,
I'm
no.
muffling
Let's
the
turn
words.
you over. No. We'll have none of that. But we will definitely we can go back a week from now, a week prior, and I can
This week is last
infuse
week.
all the information in you that you need, and that way I can release you. And but you will stay with me. It's
Okay.
okay.
Okay. So now
Richard.
I'm.
Wait. I have to recreate the
Oh,
best part of the movie.
yes.
What? Two parts.
Mm.
First part. Is it you?
I'm sorry. Did you say is it you or is it?
Good question. Because she says, "Is it you?"
And what's the response to that? Is she cancelled immediately for whatever context that was?
She says it, and he goes, "Yes." And then she just, goes, "You frightened me." He goes, "I think I frightened you." And she goes, "No, it's okay." She asks, "Is it you?"
Yeah.
But she has actually, Jane Seymour has actually said, "I know that I said it funny. It was like the 15,000 take, and I just kind of spit it out, and it
Yes.
sounded like, is it you?" Anyway, so
Oh,
is it a Chew or is it a Jew? I don't think he's a Jew. No, I know he's not a Jew.
okay. So in this sequence, I don't know what this is. You're after turning Richard the other way around. He's facing up now, and then you say to recreate that magical moment,
Is it Jew?
and then I say, yes,
Yes.
yes. No, I should be confident. Yes.
Yes. Um, oh, I was frightened. Okay.
Oh, I
But then
frightened you. All right.
well, no, but I'm okay. I was startled for a
You're
moment
the one who's free. Your limbs are free. I'm the one who's chained here. I don't know why you're frightened.
because I wasn't expecting you.
What
And
do you mean
here
you're not
you
expecting me? Who did you think was inside? Sorry, I meant to be
are.
charming. Like, it's me. Don't worry, I'm Richard.
It's me.
Yeah.
Well, but I walked into the room and I didn't realize it was you, and it is you.
It
And
is.
I'm so happy. And so, as the final scene
Mm.
must be recreated in the movie as well, not final, but the most important final scene. Richard!
Yeah.
I I should be an actress.
Is that?
Isn't that
That
so
was very
good?
good. That was very good.
I know,
That
I
was
know.
perfect pitch. And everything.
Mistress, actress, mistress. I've got like
What?
I'm all kinds of feeling it inside now.
What are you?
Method actress.
What did you like? Okay, what happened in the original? What was she screaming at him for?
She thought that he had left her, and then she's walking on the grounds of the Grand Hotel in Michigan and sees him up at the top of the stairs, and she got all excited. She saw him, and she goes, "Richard!" And he comes. running down the stairs, and she starts running halfway up the stairs. And he's like, I thought I lost you. And she says, never, 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 never. Okay, I've seen this movie way too many
Yeah,
times.
So in this
Holy
recreation of it,
crap.
Richard's turned back way around and said, "Oh, I frightened you," kind of a bit bemused at.
Well, no, that was before that.
Oh, and then
When
and
they
then
first meet.
so now
But
you're
okay,
screaming with
okay, okay. Wait, I'll
yes,
create this movie. Okay, here we go.
right,
Mistress walks into her room,
mm,
into the throne room,
yeah,
knowing she has one more man that she has to take care of.
yes,
She walks in. There's a man tied up on her bed.
face down,
She looks at him. Is it you?
yes.
I'm sorry. I was frightened for a moment, but I'm okay now. You startled me. I wasn't expecting you. Richard!
Psychopath in the room, just screaming. Uh,
I should have moved away from the microphone saying that. Sorry. You didn't need your ears, did you?
no,
Ears
no,
are
I was good. I
useless
was good.
anyway.
No,
And
no,
listen, as a man, your ears are useless. Just go ahead and nod and say yes to any woman. That's all you got to do.
yes,
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
that's
yes,
most of
yes,
my lines
mistress.
in this
Yes.
movie are Richard's lines. Yes,
I
yes,
mean,
yes.
that's it. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. That's how it is on Sparklandia too.
Hmm.
Men know. You just say yes.
With a little bit of a twist of what's that movie? Oh God, what's that movie? Stephen King movie about the author who gets into an accident and then
Oh, oh my God, Mickey, come on. I was just referencing that movie the other day. Misery.
Misery. With a bit of a
Yes.
twist, this movie could turn a bit misery. Like we have the guys tied up for ages.
But we
Um,
have him tied up for good reason. And he I will not hurt any ankles, I promise.
yeah,
No ankles broken in this movie.
plenty of pleasure to them. Okay, we can go. Yeah, we can say cut on that scene. I don't know. It feels like it's going to be a 3 hour long movie, and it
Uh,
may be more than G rating. Um,
Definitely more than G.
but very good. Yeah, hopefully, what's
But
that called?
enjoyed by all.
Somewhere in time two. What's the
Well, since the first one was somewhere in time,
yes?
this will be somewhere in space.
That's very good.
So instead of
Does it
so
have a
it's like
sci-fi
space
vibe?
and time.
Does it have a sci-fi vibe, or we're just saying
Oh,
sci-fi?
all of life's got a sci-fi
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, 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 yeah. You come in with a later.
vibe.
We do have a final question for
Ooh,
you. We have a final question. It's important, although I'm curious where you'll go with this. At some point in time, although you are immortal, so
I am
um,
immortal.
but you may
Um,
decide that the running of the country, it's time to think of an heir who's going to succeed you,
hmm.
right? I don't know if
And
you're going to, yeah, if you're
no,
going to
I
keep up.
was going to say an heir and a spare. Sorry, go on.
What's the heir in the spare? Oh yes, 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 I get it. Yes, I get it now. That's
William and Harry,
yeah, yeah,
heir
yeah.
and a spare.
Yeah, that's horrible. that is um
Poor guy.
at at some point you will have to think of an heir at least. So I imagine when it comes to the cast, I don't know if you're going to announce it in your throne room or everyone in there, but you might want to make an announcement that you are naming an heir. I'm sure all your citizens or your subjects are going to be outraged and just in shock because you're stepping down.
Because I'm passing the throne,
Yeah.
passing down the throne. A, she's an heiress, not an heir.
Oh, sorry. Yes, an heiress.
Well, hello.
Yes. Sorry. Yes.
Now, what is your question? Who is she, or
Who
what
and
is?
how would you announce it?
Well, mistresses don't have children,
Right.
so it can't be someone passed down in my family.
Yes.
So it would have to be someone worthy of the title mistress. And currently, what I have in my head is Jane Whelan from the Go Go's, because she actually was a mistress.
Oh, so prior experience is really, really
It
quick.
does help. It does help. From what I hear, she was. Are you looking her up? You
I'm
see
looking
her?
her up. I know her well.
Did
Jane
you?
Wheedlin.
Yes. Did you know the Go Go's? You're probably too
I've
young.
heard that name. I've heard that name, so I probably heard of a song. Um,
Yeah.
but I can't recall.
So she was evidently a dungeon mistress for a while, from what I've heard somewhere in my life. I don't even know where.
Do you think she did that
Um,
during her like height of fame as a musician, or
I don't think so, which was the weirdest part. Like, how do you transition from? I think she played the guitar on the Go Go's.
hmm,
Transition from that to whipping men around. I don't know, but
whip with
um,
your hands? Maybe she was using a like a pretty big hefty whip, sort of guitar to seem normal. Do you, did she do that before the music route?
I don't know. Like literally, I just one day I saw a picture of her all dressed in black and a whip in her hand, and I went, "Oh, there's my girl."
Like, because you imagine if she did it afterwards, some guys are they asking her to like a guitar solo while you would, right?
I mean, I would,
You
but
have to.
damn, listen, again, I'm not gay, but that woman, she would do it for me. She is super stinking cute. I'm guessing I would go in there and just say, "Do whatever you want with me."
Right, you're not saying that now. That's not how she got the job, is it?
Yeah, I think that's why she got the job. She's
Yeah.
stinking cute.
So you went on
She just
holiday, or she came over, and then you said, "Why don't you have a go at the throne room?"
Well, that month that I had off for my birthday, she always filled in. And
Oh, that's nice of her.
yeah, yeah, it was very nice. She's a very kind woman. And so she was able to train the men as needed, and I found her work to be on point. So I went ahead and told her, if if I
Mm.
ever retire,
Yeah,
I don't know, she is on the island. She knows how it works. She can certainly take over if she wanted to
that's some
permanently.
long-term planning. Yeah.
Yeah,
Did she
it's
work
like the
on
Tonight
Superman?
Show. You
Yeah.
audition constantly by going in and being a host, a guest host.
Right, right. Did she work on Superman, or did she have anything to do with him?
I did let her, um after I trained, kind of, check, give him his pop quiz,
Right.
and she said he passed,
Hmm.
and
God, is
the
he
pop
dead? What?
no.
What do you mean he passed? This is horrible news. And here lies Superman after a
Yeah,
wonderful career.
he passed his pop quiz.
Jesus.
Listen,
Man couldn't
he's
stay standing any longer.
he's
Or get out,
super,
this
but
conversation isn't for you.
you poor kitty cat.
You're just looking up at me confused. I'll show you.
I know.
Show you since you can
I
see.
am too. Oh, he's a sweetie. Are all your cats black? That's a gorgeous cat. Holy
He is
crap.
he is all this cat is all black except he has a little like only a few little bits of fur there, white tufts
Yeah.
his neck. The other fella is black and white, and then we have two girls that are both tabby brown cats.
Aw.
Yeah.
I'm very upset that my cats have not come in here.
Fine, but they
Usually they come in here to say hi and then
mm.
drive me crazy normally when I'm recording stuff. I do voiceovers and stuff like that. And he's they drive me crazy. Of course now they're not in here.
Yeah, of course when you want them to win. So Jane Whelan is taking over, and
Jane is
you're
taking over. Mistress Jane.
are you because you're going to stay on the island, right? You're not leaving.
Well, I have worked very hard to
Mm.
make these men worthy of
Yeah.
me and other women.
Mm.
I'm certainly not going to give them up now. So I may as well stay on the island and reap the rewards of
Will
all my
you
hard work.
will you stay? Will you? I don't want to say demand, but will you insist on having remaining in the throne room?
That that can be passed on as well.
Right.
But in my my new house where I will be living,
Mm.
I will also build a red room only because red is my favorite color.
Yes.
And that room will be used as needed.
You go into the privates business.
Private's business.
I'm not proud of that. Um.
Not out of that. Um, I will go into the business of enjoying life
Yes.
and
That's very good.
whatever that entails. Because as the mistress of Sparklandia, I made sure that everybody else was very happy at all times. And now it's my turn to be happy.
She's. I suppose just asked last that Jane is now the mistress, right? You're not going by
Jane
that.
is now the mistress. Yeah.
Mistress of all things beautiful.
Mistress of all things beauty. The moat be if if I retire. That's
Mm.
a big if. I do enjoy what I do.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
welcoming every man into the island in and teaching him and molding him into what every woman deserves is not only good for them and for the women that they will come across in later in their lives. It is my pleasure and a responsibility that I don't take lightly and I enjoy.
and it's great for building up core strength.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I had to have the core strength long before
Of
just to
course.
be able to work them.
Yeah. Still can't believe
I'm
you killed.
telling you, when I was thinking about this last night, it wasn't quite this corny. I just want
No,
you to know that.
no. I like how the first thing you asked when we started this was, "Do you want it to be funny or sexy?" And I'm not sure which it ended up being. Um, okay, yeah. So Sparklandia turned into a sex craze maniac zone, but that was
Listen,
wonderful.
it was originally in my head. It was a really cute little place that had sparkly sand, and yeah, not
Hey, I
quite
do.
sure how I wound up here.
Yeah, no, I do think it's nice that there was no coup attempts or anything. Again, besides
No,
Superman dying, it's gone really well.
I
This was the first announcement that Mistress Jane said. By the way, yeah, he's passed.
he
He's
was
passed.
exhausted. Mickey had Mistress Mickey had him
Yeah.
locked up way too long in the tower, and he just couldn't hold on any longer.
He died of OP, obliterated pelvis, and that was the end of him. So that is the end of Sparklandia. That's living. You can live there on the Dead Sea. Um, Mickey, Simon, thank you very much. Do you have anything you want to plug? Where do people see you?
You know what? Honestly, no. Just because I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. But if anybody is listening from Atlanta, Georgia, come see me at the Punchline on February 26th,
Oh, lovely. What is the Punchline like a
2023.
comedy club or a bar? Or...
It is. I'm doing some stand up. And then I'll be on the circuit for sure.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
getting in there.
That's really cool.
Somebody asked me if I get nervous when I get on stage, and I'm like, nope. I get
Did you
super
never?
excited though. I get too
Really?
excited.
I would stand up and then just collapse and lie there for 8 minutes and go, "Thank you very much. That was great."
Tonight I'm auditioning for a play, and I've never done like a full on play, and I was like, yeah, let's go try and audition for it. Why not?
Oh, do you have that later?
Hmm.
Later tonight. Oh, good luck with it.
Hmm.
Okay.
Thanks.
I'm gonna say thank you, Mickey Simon, for joining me, and for Sparklandia.
Thank
That was a
you.
trip. And yeah, this is the Tyrants in Training podcast. Thanks for everyone listening, and goodbye.